in if I'm not.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I am the special copyright for the charitable real estate movement, as I'm sure you guys have heard at some point or another. And today I just wanted to get on and get through some basics with you, and more than the few minutes that I've been able to pop in the other trainings that I've spoken on. So social media 101 for you specifically as a CRES or CRE specialist. So social media is mission critical. You guys, you're not average realtors. You are no longer just posting about your listings and the sales and trying to attract clients for that. We are upped the game, and you are now appealing to a much larger platform of audience, and you're really appealing to the moral element, which takes a lot of connection, and you have to build relationships and trust for your audience to really be reached. So you need a platform. You need a platform for your cause, and this is the perfect platform to have. Granted, I know Cami believes in getting your face out there and meeting people. This is really great because it creates a history so that when somebody's interested in what you're doing and wants more information, or is just curious and doesn't want to commit to conversation with you just yet, but they can go and they can look at your social media profile where you have, starting now, hopefully started making a lot of posts to engage them and educate them and get them excited and bring them on board, and just encourage them to join your mission with you. So we've got high moral appeal and a broad audience base, and social media will create kind of a binge-worthy episode, if you will, that they can go and check you out, which will make them commit to conversation. So this is my best gig ever because I'm just so excited. I absolutely love writing. I love creating content, and more importantly, I love it because what I do is for a mission. It's to accomplish something. It's not just getting my good feelings out and, you know, saying, oh, hey, look at this. This is what we're going on. No, this is all about motivating people to join forces with us, all about pushing you guys into the limelight by words, where it's like literally permanent out there forever. That, you know, whether you like to be in the limelight like Superman, wear your cape and your mask, or whether you're more like me and you'd rather blend into the crowd like good old Clark Kent, it doesn't matter. The best part of social media is that it's words on a screen, and we get to dictate the story that we put up there. So a lot of people don't like social media. And I hear that all the time. And that's one of the biggest objections when I work with a client at first, is that they just don't like social media. They don't want to really be on it. And you know what? That's okay, because I honestly don't really like it either. But it is a tool, and we need to use the tool to make our mission to be most effective in our mission. So if you don't like it, that's okay. I've got you covered. I have a thick skin when I don't have to be in the limelight, and not a problem. But it's really super important. So it takes a lot of time, and I'll get into that a little bit more later. But it really is a time suck. So I will be your time saver. And then the other biggest thing, and again, I'll talk more on this next, is most commonly the problem is you don't know what to post. sometimes there's a honeymoon phase where you're super excited and you've got all this great idea coming to you, and you can get on there every few days or so and post, and that's great. But then that ends just like the New Year's resolutions and all that good stuff. So handing it off, like Cami says, do what you do best, refer the rest. This is what I do best. So I am your sidekick if you'll have me. All right, the ultimate villain enters the room. Indecision. So indecision is the most detrimental decision you can make. And that comes back to not knowing what to post. So then you kind of freeze up and you say, well, I'll think about it and I'll do it later. And then later comes and you still don't know, or you've gotten busy and you don't do it. And really, for consistency on social media, you need to be posting once a day. That's ideal. They say that you can post twice a day without annoying your audience. But once a day is really a sweet spot. It keeps you constantly in front of them. And the best time, here's some secrets, you guys, some secret tidbits in case you're doing your own and don't need me. This will help you for sure, is between the hours of 1 and 3 p.m. is typically the best, hottest time to post. It seems to be, that's what the statistics say anyways. So if you're making your post, you don't have to do it first thing in the morning. And there are some great platforms out there where you can actually create your posts and then go ahead and have them scheduled to push out. So you don't even have to be in the mix of it. Or I can handle that for you. Whatever you want to do, but 1 to 3 p.m. keep that time. Yes.
That's what I wanted to know, 1 to 3 p.m.
Yep. So, and then it comes down to effective messaging. And if you, I'm gonna put a teaser in there because I want to talk to you in person, well, by Zoom in person. But effective messaging. So really in creating your own personalized social media strategy, you want to come up with 5 to 7 core concepts, core principles. What are your pillars? You know, what do you want to talk about? What foundation are you most passionate about? You know, how do you want to do it? So you pick 5 to 7 of those. That's going to be your core content. And that's how you kind of funnel down how you're going to focus your messages. So yeah. And indecision and all of these things together, they're definitely the kryptonite to joy. So you can get super frustrated, and that's when the honeymoon phase ends and you walk away saying, I hate social media. Okay, so moving on. And villain number 2 is the necessary evil, time. It really, like I said, it really is a time suck, you guys, period. No realm about it. So here's some interesting statistics for you. So 5.4 years, 5 years, 4 months is how much time the average person is going to spend on social media in their lifetime. 5 years and 4 months. I just can't even believe it. That is so much time lost. But we want to be there. We want to be, we want to be with them. So 6 to 12 months is actually the amount of time that it takes to really build your social media and develop a following. Because when it comes to a following, you don't want just friends. The saying's true. Like people will say, yeah, you have so many Facebook friends, but how many friends do you really have? And with this strategy, and especially for you guys as a CRE specialist, and with the epitome of kind of like we're do-gooders, go-getters, like everything about us and what we're trying to do is sincere. We want sincerity. We want to build sincere relationships with people. So really 6 to 12 months is what you can expect to have to really put into consistent posting and nurturing your profiles and developing them. And then an hour and a half is how long the typical post takes to create. Now that's if you're doing, an actual advanced graphic where you're not just taking stock photo or posting something of your trip and doing a little blurb. So, and for us, really, that's if you were to work with me or have me work with you, that's what it is going into it. I'm creating specific graphics that tell the story and capture your brand, your essence, capture your mission. So there's a lot that goes into it. So it's definitely an overwhelming, or it can be an overwhelming thing. Now, if this is your forte and you absolutely love it, go for it. That's awesome. And yeah, but otherwise, so consistency, a plan of attack. Again, it's just really about taking your core content and turning it into a storyline that everybody's following and they keep coming back for more because they're wondering what's happening next. So, and actually about that, I want to share a little tidbit because I'm so excited. So Cami and I have this crazy fun idea to create a comic book. And that led one thought into another. And I want to create a comic series for my personalized clients where we actually turn you, if you want, into a superhero in the story. And like once a week, we're doing a post where we've got the next scene and they have to keep following along and keep tuning in to find out what happens next. So,
and we can talk about your nonprofit and hey, 123 Main Street's on the market. Zoom, pow, right?
Just fun, having fun with it. So, like that picture, I don't know if you all saw it. Yes. Or yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna have fun. This is all about having fun and catching the energy and spreading our energy to everybody. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the different platforms. So social networking is a type of platform, and that is Facebook and LinkedIn. And I just chose the three that are probably at the top of your list to talk about right now. And then you have the photo sharing. That's Instagram's main thing. And Instagram and Facebook are actually, I don't know if you know this, but they're actually, if you post to one, you can have it set to post to the other. You can do that and it works and it saves you a lot of time. But there are a few differences. So looking at Facebook, it really needs a more succinct message. And a captivating graphic. Here's the thing. So the younger your audience, the faster they're scrolling through their feed. So if you want to get caught and you want your information to be seen, you need a graphic that's going to grab them. And that's why I focus so much on graphics that tell the story that we're going to be talking about. Kind of like the visual lead. A picture is still worth 1,000 words. So let's catch them with that and then make them stop and come back and read what we have to say. Hashtags on Facebook aren't as essential as they are on Instagram. So selecting just a few key things, for example, if you're talking about your charity, nonprofit, whatever the storyline is, taking the topic out of that and doing a hashtag is how that should really work. And you don't need many of them. It is good to always have a consistent one that you use as kind of your brand or however you want to identify yourself, because then it builds as you make more and more posts. It's going to build and people are going to go in and see it and they can look at it and be like, oh, there's 500 posts with this hashtag. So anyways, that's just 2 cents worth there. So Instagram, longer messaging is great on Instagram, even though ironically it's a photo sharing platform. And the reason behind that is that the longer you have someone click into your into your post, their algorithm actually gives you more points, so to say. So you're going to come up more the longer they stay and read what you have to say. But Instagram, being the photo sharing, is truly crucial to have the great graphics. And for them, people really want to see raw graphics and don't. Let me explain the body part piece. This is PG, you guys. It's just that any photo that has like a hand or a face or, you know, somebody walking off in the distance, anything that has a human body part, any picture with a human body part also ranks higher in their algorithm. So
I did not know that.
weird, right?
It is weird.
Yeah. But I guess if it's like, yeah, I'm not going to make assumptions to know anything. I have guesses, but okay. And then we have good old LinkedIn. Now, you guys, LinkedIn is a fantastic platform. It's much more professional. What's really cool is that if you're targeting nonprofits or investment people or, you know, whatever your niche, if you're targeting a specific audience of professionals, more professional, they're often allowed to be on LinkedIn at work during work hours. It's not usually blocked out by firewalls. So if you're trying to connect with people, that's a great platform to do that on. And there pretty much anything goes. A lot of success is had by just doing a good graphic and just a fun personal. You don't want to be stuffy professional, and you know, you definitely want to have that personal aspect to it, even though it's a professional platform. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So across all platforms, you really want a short, captivating lead to start off with your message, and then the engaging graphic for visual storytelling, and the core messaging integrating 4 types of content. So we don't want it to just be boring. We want it to be diversified and oops, sorry. So wait. Okay, sorry. So great content does 3 things, and these are the most important things to us. So it connects you to your audience. How it's going to do that is they're going to get to know you. They're going to get to know your mission. You have to be a little bit vulnerable with them at times. You can dictate how vulnerable, but you need to open up, because when you open up to somebody, that's when they can trust you. And that's how they're going to connect to you. So if you are a coffee lover and you've built your profile and built out your story long enough that people are invested in you and they have connected, even if they're not coffee lovers, they're going to be thinking of you the next time a new coffee shop down their street opens up, right? So we're wanting to build connections so that they think of you outside and off of the social media platform. This great content positions you as the authority. You guys, this is so important, because as good as sharing content is, forwarding somebody else's post of DIY or this or that, it does not position you as the expert. So you need, while you can still do that, share away, you need to have your original content that's telling your story and positioning you as that authority. And then all of this creates demand, or in our case, interest. And for you guys, really the biggest thing I think that social media can do is create, yes, a following of people who are going to be talking, who are going to talk it up to 10 other people that they know that you would never get on your feed. So you're wanting to build your legion of of followers, your legion that's going to go out and do all the groundwork for you and spread the news and know that they can refer anybody else to you as the authority.
And only you, because nobody else knows about it. You got to really take advantage of this, guys, because it won't be just you for long.
Right? Okay, so now we're to 4 types of content. And here's where I'm going to be sharing some of the posts with you so that you can see some samples. Let me clear my screen out so I can see. All right, so 4 types. We have value-driven content. So you're motivating, you're inspiring. We have engaging content. You're asking questions. You're trying to get them to play with you and give a response, much like I did with the RSVP. I wanted you guys to respond to me, and I wanted to be able to start building that connection. Then there's educational content where we're teaching them. And this is important for what we're doing, especially because there's so many elements to it and so many different ways to explain the benefits and what we're doing. And then a call to action. So for right now, I think the biggest call to action you can make is to ask them to join you on your mission by sharing and keeping you in mind when they're talking with other people and connecting with their network. Okay, so value driven. Oh, sorry, I should explain what I just did. So I have a page on my website that isn't available to the public, where I'll send you an email with the posts every week if you were to sign up.
Can you put this in the in the private group as well?
I'm sorry?
Can you either put these in the private group or put a link there to how to get these over in the private group? The group where everybody who's invested to get certified is in the private group, the certification Facebook group.
Yeah.
Put a link or something there so they know how to get to this.
Oh, they get emails from me every.
I know, but can you put a link there so that they can find it easy without trying to find an email?
Oh, I'll figure something out. So the answer is yes. I'm not sure exactly how to look at this point.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so then it takes you to that week's page and you can click on the picture. You come in here and you get the copy, which is the story, the words, and then you get the photo. And in a second, I'll show you how you can actually post that in case you're not familiar. So, the secret behind my mind-blowing, earth-shattering, life-changing mindset. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll have noticed a shift in my posts, my intentions, my purpose. You'd also know that it's all due to the discovery of charitable real estate. Stay tuned because as I complete my certification process, things are going to get exciting around here. In the meantime, drop your own story in the comments below. What's happened in your life? Your epiphany moment to cause a major mindset change. So you're trying to share with them, you're trying to get them to share with you, and you're building a relationship.
And you could even put in there, who are the nonprofits you support? Who's the nonprofit you want me to hand a check for over $100,000 to?
Yeah. All right, and then we have engaging content. That was kind of a great example because it hit on a lot. This is one that we did last week on how addiction has touched your life. It was National Meth Awareness Day last Monday, or 2 Mondays ago, I should say. So, and this one's really, really great because it's connecting with them on an emotional level. Talking about your nonprofits, talking about your cause is really is really a great way to engage with them because everybody can relate to the pain of that. So I'll let you guys look through these. I'll figure out how to get a post there so you can see them all.
Can you scroll it up so we can see that image?
Yep, sorry.
So this is really powerful and it's really emotional. And some of us would not want to post that. But some of us who are all about addiction would want to post nothing but that. So know that the 30 days free is generic. It's about puppies and cancer and veterans and addiction and whatever, everything, colleges, churches. So if you want it to be specifically about yours, she can do that. But this really shows some emotion, because for people who are in that place or help people who are, that is going to catch their attention big time. I'm in addiction. I'm in recovery. There was a woman on our video last night that was all about having an addiction recovery place. And I sent her a message and I said, let's talk about getting you funded. I just want to point that out because this one really speaks to me that grabs you, you know?
Yeah. And that's kind of the point. So that's the rawness, that's the vulnerability, that's getting real.
Well, and this is the kind of stuff that Danielle finds that you won't find, or that she thinks of that you may not think of. There's somebody else in our group who says, oh, I've already got somebody that does my social media. Okay. Are they doing that? I bet they're not.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So in years past in training, constant training on social media, I know things change a lot, but that amount of text, is that most efficient for algorithms? Is it most efficient to attract, other than the photo that's with it? Or do we keep it, I had always heard, try to keep it above the see more line?
It's a great idea in Facebook to keep it shorter. I've created these posts for the more generic so that it gives you some content that you can get in there. You can copy and paste it all, or you can edit it. So really it's the concept, or you can use it in Instagram or LinkedIn. So I tried to do a good medium of something that you could turn into your own content.
Okay.
So yes, you're right.
No, I just
because it's really, you're after the impression. So it's the graphic and then they scroll back and see the words, and you really want to get your point in there.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good question. Thank you. And then we have an educational. So this one, and I want to show you how to post on this one. Let's see. I'll leave that up. Okay, so this one person can make a difference and everyone should try John F. Kennedy. And I like the little lights because it's both holiday theme, but it's we are a light in this world. And together we're gonna light it up. But you'll never guess what the #1 reason why property donors want to donate. They want to make a difference. And then I include in here a link to a little snippet of an interview with him. And it's really great. It's good educational. It's not just your words now. You're bringing in somebody who's actually doing this and has a story to tell. So, but you're still the expert. And a call to action. So this is you saying, hey, look, I'm doing something new. And just the bold, we'll just go a little bit faster here. But do you know someone who has a piece of property that could be donated? Talks about the benefits. So really we're trying to tell them a little bit about what we're doing, but let them know that we want their input. We want their feedback. We want to know who they know, or at least tell them that you know something cool now.
I used this image in different places. I even took just that image that said now listing real agents, real change. I took just that image and I texted it to about 30 people that I'd been talking to that fell off, that whatever, blah, blah. And it got their attention. They're like, what is this? How can I be a part of that? What are you talking about? I'll take a listing. So you have to think about the concept and how can you leverage it for what you want to do. Tamisa wants to talk to seniors. She's not going to put a picture of a syringe up. That's not her market. But her market with some elderly stuff is not going to be Beverly's market, etc. So you just have to take this all with the concept of what it is and how can you leverage it.
Thank you, Kim.
That's my superpower. How do you leverage it? How do you leverage it to get in front of the right people?
Amen. All right. So I'll just show you the email that I send out with the posts so that you know what it looks like. So it comes from me, Danielle at DC Copy. And then it's got your 5 posts. Ready or not, here we go. You can access them in this link that will always be first and up front, or you can take a look and see the pictures and then just click on that and it'll take you to the website page where you can go in and copy the content. So you got all 5 for the week and then a way to contact me. So pretty straightforward. Try to keep it on point. Okay, and then let's do a Facebook post. Do you guys, are you pretty active? Do you know what this is or should we cover it? Do you?
Just show one and
Okay.
show how, you can put that copy above it, below it. You can, shorten it out, like, just take one example.
Okay.
And just post it in the group. Like post one of them in the group from the perspective of we are talking to realtors about getting active with us, which is a different perspective than they will be posting to get people active in what they're doing, so that we can show how these stories, these posts, they can all be tweaked to the perspective of who you're talking to.
Okay. I think I caught that. You're throwing stuff at me. My computer's freezing, guys. Hang on. Sorry.
If you can post it in the full commission formula and the real agents of change, not the private group, that'd be great.
Okay.
By the way, did any of you watch me do the full presentation that I read about an hour and a half ago? If you did, I'd love to get any feedback you have on it. You type it in the chat box. Ooh, grab that one with the home sold sign.
Okay. So I'm just coming in and I'm copying the words. My screen is hiding from me.
When we get done with this part, guys, I'm going to jump into where to look in the private group to find all the information about the interview that we do, how we do it, how to post it, how to use it in a press release, etc. I mean, we just did like 14 interviews, and between all of us really sharing and supporting one another with these things, we could all have tens of thousands of people knowing that we are part of this whole thing. So
Okay. So, and you want this focused to realtors?
Yeah, just because we're posting it in the group, or you can just say, hey, would you like this kind of, sign in your listing yard? Or do you want to start using posts like this to get attention in your feed? Something like that. It's so interesting to see how other people move their mouse around on the screen. I always think, what is she doing? Why don't you just back it up? That's so weird. The Apple versus the regular computer and just all of it's funny.
Yeah.
The black background. How you can put one in front of your listing.
Okay.
And just leave it at that. We can always delete it if it's not perfect. It's just the
Okay.
process.
I am a perfectionist. So. All right. And then just hit enter. Oh, no, not quite like that. All right. Make a liar of me. Why is it not working? Well, actually, that's a great, just in case you didn't know about that, tagging people or places, like if you're doing a post specifically about a nonprofit, we would want to tag them here.
Mm.
Or like Bob Tate, we could tag him and say, hey,
Yeah.
essentially saying, hey, thanks, I'm talking about you. But you wouldn't want to tag Cami if you're talking about Walmart or Nordstrom. You know, it's got to make sense and it's got to fit in the realm. Otherwise, people get really annoyed really easy. Okay. I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah, just click post. It's the concept. We get it.
But I'm not seeing it.
You don't see post at the bottom?
No.
Huh, I see it on this side.
Do you? Oh, my screen's in the way. Or all your beautiful faces are in the way. Okay, now I've really screwed it up. Technology.
We can see you doing it on the screen, on the screen, on the screen, on the screen.
What?
That's okay. We get the concept.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Huh, weird. My apologies. Trust me, I know how to post. All right. And then the other thing that I offer is an email subscription. So I can do some emails for you to help you get out there and like we did one where for your interviews. So it's just really basic, but it's putting it together. It comes up with a subject line. And again, this is just my example of what I've put together, and you guys can tweak it exactly as you like. So you've got potential partners for the audience, and then the subject, I'm not just a real estate agent, I'm a real agent of change. And then change for you, our community, nonprofits, the world. And the preview is when you receive an email, it's what you see in the little caption section right next to it without clicking into the email. So, and then when I have hey name, if you have an email list and you use like ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, you can personalize it with your list of people, or you can take this and just put in a first name and send it to individuals one at a time. So I'm curious, what nonprofit would you love to hand over a check for 100,000? Me, well, the first check I'd write would be to, and then again, you need to fill in the blank here and personalize it for yourself. This isn't just a pipe dream, watch this short video. It's an interview of yours truly, and I'm sharing my heart, my vision, and the action I'm taking to be the change I know our community and the world needs. Then you insert your video. Are you willing to take a stand and commit to helping me fund our community by the millions? Reach out, let's have a conversation. Short and sweet.
Okay, actually, on that note, since it's 15 minutes to the hour, let's take it from here into the interview part so we can wrap this up. Anybody have a question for Danielle at this point before we jump into the next little segment we got here?
I was done, so it was great timing.
Good.
Sorry it went longer than I thought it would be.
Okay, I've been chatting and keeping everybody busy over here. So if you want to take over that part of it, I will start to drive.
Okay.
So awesome. So we're going to talk about the interview and how to promote it. And I have actually done what I was talking about. Actually, this might be something for you to see, Danielle. In the group, in our Facebook group, I have posted a few different things for us all to be able to find. So if you are in the paid group, the ones who are getting certified, etc., then when you come in here and you go under files, interview for the real agents, the press release, how to prepare for the press release and how to do the press release. So for example, interview on real agents of change. When you click on this, I've started a playlist of the One Property Donation Away 30-day challenge. One of the videos is on why we're doing the interview. It's a 21-minute interview. So any of you who have already done an interview, which look at all these lovely people who I've done interviews with. If you've already done an interview, then you've already seen this video. But then now that I posted it in here, just you'll read through. This is how all the modules are going to look as we're doing the 30-day challenge every day. We'll have something new. I'll be actually creating it in the first 30 days with you guys, and I'll be putting them in here. But every module, we will go through the problem, the prescription, and the payoff, meaning why are we doing this module? And in this case, people don't know you're a charitable real estate specialist. The prescription is to position you as an expert, and the payoff are all the reasons that we are here. So this explains all of it. And then down at the bottom is a list of the interviews that I just showed you if you want to watch other people's interview to see what's up, what's going on. So this is exactly what I just showed you. It's in the group. So the reason that we do the reason that we're doing these interviews is so that you can show up and shine. And I know that some people are actually afraid to do the interview. They'll actually schedule it and then cancel it and not do it. But for those of you who will do the interview, we're doing it really short, 10 minutes. And now we can take that interview and all those people that you're wanting to talk to, whether it's a person who owns a nonprofit or that friend across the country or your broker or social media, put it in an email, send it in a press release. It's a great way to get the conversation going. Now, you're going to learn as we do the 30-day challenge that one of the best ways to really start a conversation with people is about a story that you heard about a nonprofit that got a check for over $100,000. And we'll be going into that. But the point is, some of us have been using this little video link to send, like Seema out in Colorado. She's sending it to the other nonprofits that she wants to turn on to what we're doing. And to see her in this interview is really impressive to them. Oh, she's being interviewed. This is really cool. So let's talk about that press release, which is also in the group. When you come into the files in the private group, you'll see that there's the press release prep, meaning start to create a list. I was just having this conversation with Michael Jones a couple of days ago. That's why I wanted to do this with Danielle, is because these are things, guys, I think of this stuff and I think it's just common sense, and why wouldn't you know it? And then I have to be reminded, look, do what you do best, refer the rest. Do what you do best, refer the rest. What you guys do best is listing and liquidating. You're out there selling property. This isn't what you're supposed to do best. So shame on me for not being more into it, but that's why we're here. So you want to go and create a list. And look, I was telling Michael Jones, go on Fiverr and hire somebody at $7 an hour, like literally for $50. You could pay somebody to pull 100 media outlets in your marketplace. And look, if you do like a 25-mile radius, let's say you're in Phoenix and you do 25 miles in any direction, go ahead and send this press release to the whole stinking state. Don't limit yourself. So get this person, if you don't have an assistant, and just tell them, I want TV stations, radio stations, newspaper, any local newspaper kind of stuff in this state. I want 100 of them. I want you to pull the phone number, the email address, the editor, the person who's does community awareness stuff. I want you to pull all of that. And then I'm going to give you this press release and I want you to email it to them. For $50, you could have this whole campaign done by someone else as far as sending the press release. You know, you can send this on a national level. So for example, Tamisa and I are getting ready to do a campaign together, a custom one-on-one, get down and dirty, and let's make this shit happen. And she's all about senior citizens, but she's not just in her marketplace. She's going to teach other realtors around the country how to do what she does. So for her to actually send a press release to all over the country, you know, to let people know, hey, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a charitable real estate specialist. And, you know, we're teaching this all over the country. So it depends. Once again, like we were talking about these posts, who are you talking to and what is your purpose? So that you can decide. When I was a real estate agent, I wasn't doing anything national. So maybe that's not something for you. But as this grows, when your nonprofit comes to the table, you know, when I'm working with Beverly and she's got Make-A-Wish, if those people at Make-A-Wish are smart, they're going to get on and do an interview with me. And then Make-A-Wish can send this to all Make-A-Wishes all over the country. They can send it in a press release. So it depends on who I'm talking to as to where this gets sent and who sends it. So you want to get the email and the phone number, like I was just mentioning, community interest. Guys and gals, there are what, like, I don't know, 3 million or something podcasts now. There's an ungodly amount of podcasts and all these newspapers. These places are looking. They're looking for people like you. They're looking for these kinds of stories. They're desperate for content. As a matter of fact, write this down. I didn't put it in here, but HARO, H-A-R-O. I get this every day. It stands for Help a Reporter Out. H-A-R-O, Help a Reporter Out. I think it's helpareporterout.com or helpareporter.com, something like that. But what this is every day, morning, noon, and evening, Monday through Friday, you get an email and you have to scrub through it and you have to take the time or pay somebody to do it. But almost every day when I look through that, there is a national publication that wants to interview a realtor about what is it like to buy a house right now, or what's going on with the housing market, or how do you stage your home. You can be a published author and you can be seen all over the country if you know what to do and where to look. You can be in the Huffington Post. So who do you currently advertise with? Meaning if you're already advertising in the, in the real estate book or something like that, you might want to let them know. They might want to run a story about their local. When I did HGTV House Hunters years ago, I had a full page ad in the real estate book. HGTV chose me as their realtor of choice. You can too. Like, think about that. You could have an ad in that that publication that you use and actually have something different and exciting. And you know, now that I think about it, that real estate book that everybody thumbs through at the coffee shop, if you had that in there, other realtors thumb through that too. And if you were to put that in there, other realtors, and I'm talking about also using your video, you could put a link there. You could get one of those pretty links that says tamisa.com/interview, something that's easy to type, and you could put it in there. So my point is, how do you want to promote it? The groups that you belong to on social media, local clubs, national clubs, listen, you can put this with your board of realtors, this interview, Women's Council of Realtors, the nonprofit groups you support. You know, if you love animals, there are 8 million animal groups on social media, in your local group, in your state, all over the place. Post that interview with a comment that says, "Oh boy, I'm so excited. I am becoming a specialist in this niche. I can help your nonprofit get funded. No more fundraisers. Watch this interview." Like, really get excited that you are the one and only. So, and some of you, Laura in Minnesota, you're it, girl. You're it in Minnesota. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of it. I call it whoring yourself out. You guys know me well enough now. Please don't take that in some weird offensive way. It just means let them know you're in business, right? Let them know. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you about that part of the press release. Also in the Facebook group is this. So this is an example of a press release. So I'm going to read through it just real quick. Dear editor, our community needs our help, and I know your readers would like to be a part of that help. There is funding available for all 501c3s. Please feel free to share this community awareness press release. If you would like to interview me or know any other media outlets, please feel free to share, you know? So this is a cover letter. And what I have here is an example of a press release that you can use where you just fill in the blank. So wherever it says, you know, put your name, fill in the blank. So this is the one that you fill in the, excuse me, sorry. See where it says your name, your position, you can fill that in. This is an example of one filled in. So for example, I made this up. I used Lene Forbes. She's our person in Las Vegas. These details are not correct about her. I just made them up to make this happen. Announcing Las Vegas's first charitable real estate specialist, Lene Forbes. Yay! When I heard there was a very simple way for the nonprofits I love and all the 501c3s in our community to get funded, I said, yes, please. Quote by Lene Forbes. Miss Forbes has been a member of our Las Vegas community for 23 years. In other words, put a little something about you. Are you a family person? You know, do you ride a motorcycle? What's your thing, right? And then I use this as an opportunity to really pump her up. As the owner broker of Forbes Realty Group for 20 years, Miss Forbes has been involved in many outreach programs and efforts for Make-A-Wish Foundation and American Heart Association. These are made up facts, just showing you what it looks like. Then I put another quote from her. And once again, if you would like to donate property from anywhere in the country, blah, 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 blah. So this is an example of what these press releases look like. And that's where you can go and get them. And I really want to open this up and get some questions because these interviews have just been done just in the last week. I know you guys didn't even know where to find them because I had my assistant edit them. As a matter of fact, let me show you real quick what one of them looks like now that it's been edited. Because we put a beginning and end into it. There's music that comes on with that, a little. So see, it's nice and professional. And then at the end of it, when she mentions who her nonprofits are, bam, that's how you get a hold of her. And then bam, Oh, there was also something in there about the nonprofits that she loves to support. So it's beautiful. It's quick. It's easy. It's painless. So what questions do you guys have about how to promote your interview? What I'll share with you is also this. I don't know if you can unmute. If anybody wants to unmute, just raise your hand or whatever. We're going to be talking a lot about the 7 Ps, and the last 4 of them are position, partner, promote for the payoff. Position, partner, promote for the payoff. The payoff is influence, income, impact, inspiration, whatever that means to you. Every one of us on here wants to have some kind of influence, whether it's over your kids cleaning their room or where your husband takes you for dinner, or influence in your marketplace about who people are doing business with or whatever. Influence, impact, income, inspiration. So what we do is we reverse engineer and we say, okay, now that we looked at the P's one way, we're going to go back the other way. If this is what our payoff is, best way to get all that is to promote. Let people know who you are and that you're in business. But before you promote, wouldn't it be nice to have 10 businesses or 20 businesses or 50 or 100 or 1,000 people that are helping you to promote? Well, in order for that, we need partners. Because when we have partners, they help us to promote. But before we can get partners, we need to be positioned, which is part of what all the social media is about, getting us positioned in social media, getting us positioned when we come on a screen like this, when we're doing Zooms. How are we showing up? Because if we're going to ask people to partner with us and to help us promote, we know they're going to be Googling and stalking. So when they look, how are you positioned? I'm not going to help you go and promote unless you're looking for partners first. And we're not looking for partners unless we're positioned properly, which is part of the social media part. But a reason I bring all that up right now is because you guys all have these interviews. There's at least 10 of them already ready in there that are edited. I highly recommend that you promote one from somebody else, put it in your calendar. You talk about social media posts and education and this and that. You got to start showing people social proof that this is happening. You know, it's just like in this new webinar that I'm giving. I talk about how 15, 20 years ago, a woman says to me, my daughter owes more on her house than she can get for it. I need you to help her. It's called a short sale. I had never heard of it. Nobody else had ever heard of it. I Googled short sale, and the only thing that came up was that Victoria's Secrets was having a sale on shorts. In 2007, that's what came up when you Googled short sale. Now what comes up, right? I didn't know then what I knew a couple of years later, but I know it about this. So people don't know about charitable real estate yet, but they will. But right now, when they don't, you got to show your tribe, hey, look, here's CRES down in West Palm. Look how successful he is in his interview. Wow, look at this woman, Tamisa, man. She's spoken with the guy from Make-A-Wish Foundation. I've seen her posted with Frank Shankowitz, and she's done an interview on this in the same group. Oh, and look, this week, there's my interview. So instead of just being, I'm going to put mine in, I'm not showing anybody else's because they might get attention that I don't get. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all about collaboration. We do not compete. We are not competitors. We are collaborators. And when you show someone, now look, I'm not stupid. If all 10 of you were in the same town, I get it, but you're not. You're not. And not only do you want to show the whole world that this is happening and that Tamisa is a rock star. She's well known. She's spoken at Harvard. And when you share her video and then the next week, there you are, association, you're only good as the company you keep. Start showing people the company that you're keeping. And the other thing about it is you want to have relationships and referral partners. Everybody on here is in a completely different marketplace. And I guarantee you, if you were to actually pick up the phone and talk to your top 100 people that you've done business with, your vendors that you want to do business with, that want to do business with you, people you used to date, people you used to go to high school with, etc., I guarantee you, there are properties in these towns around you on this screen that you could be referring. And guess what? When you refer it, they're going to get the full commission. You're going to get a referral fee, but you know what else is going to happen? Here's another story you can promote. Wow. My guy in Boston knew a guy in Phoenix that had a property, and we just gave a check for $482,000 to the American Cancer Society. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. So there's a method to the madness. This is about collaborating and sharing. And I got to tell you something. We're going to start doing this kind of video together once a week. I'm feeling Tuesday. Tuesday makes me feel all giddy inside. I'm going to put it together and put it on the calendar. But here's what you got coming up. This is December. We're hodgepodging. We're putting shit together. We don't have a fancy system yet. We're working on it. You're here at the beginning. That's why it's only $9.97 for you. $4.97 before. Now it's $9.97. But in 6 months, it'll be $19.97 to be a part of this. And then it'll be $5,000 because we are creating charitable real estate division in a box. By the second quarter of next year, if you want to work with us and do that type of thing, it's $10,000 to do it. To have a charitable real estate division that you can just implement in a 30-day period. So my point is, we're getting all kinds of things lined up, and starting January 5th, which is the next certification class, every 5 weeks will be a live certification class. In between those 5 weeks, there'll be that 30-day challenge. Every month, we're doing it. And in the 30-day challenge, every day there'll be something that moves this forward for you. Some kind of idea. And I'm not going to tell you what they are because I want you to show up. I want you to suit up, show up, stand up, take a stand for those you say that you want to help the animals. You say you want to stop addiction. You say you want elders to have better health care. You say all that. Well, let's show up and let's do something about it. So I am more than happy to shut my mouth and turn this video off. I'm getting on the road at 8 o'clock in the morning to take a drive. I'm going to be on the road for the next 30 days, but I'm still going to be showing up because this background looks the same in South Carolina and it looks the same in Florida. So I'll be on the road doing my show. I can go and get packed up, or I can stay here for another 30 minutes and answer questions. You have me at your disposal. Tell me what you need. What can I do to serve and support you? What is the question that's stopping you from sending that interview?
Well, first, I haven't done the interview, but I plan on doing it for us to get together to do it. I've got 3 nonprofits that I need to talk to Bruce, and I'd like to do them individually. Do you need to be on that phone call with all 3 of them? You don't? Okay. So I just call Bruce directly?
Yes, you can call Bruce directly. And look, guys, and we had our appointment, but we do have to reschedule to get the interview done. But once we have the interview done, Beverly, you can send it to these different nonprofits too. We want to use Bruce as much as we can right now. But look, even right now, we've got 13 people on the screen. There's going to come a point really soon in the next 30 days or so that we can't just call Bruce and put him on the phone for an hour with 3 different people times everybody on the screen. So what we're also doing is creating, I've got some videos that I've created. I'll send you the link, where I talk from the perspective of, hey, your real estate friend wants you to know about this, Mr. Nonprofit, or, hey, your real estate friend wants you to understand how this works, Mr. Property Owner Donor. Hey, Your real estate friend wants you to know, Mr. Real Estate Agent in another part of the country, that this is a thing. So I've made some videos like that to make it easier for you to send and share. But this interview is not something I had thought of until we did the 30-day group a few weeks ago. And it dawned on me, hey, let's do this. Because when we have this interview, it highlights you, not just Cammie rambling on, not just Bruce talking about what he's done, which we love, and we need that credibility and all that fun stuff. But once we've got this little video, you can send it to people. But you know, it's funny when I talk about promote, partner, position, back and forth. That's why we want to post each other's interviews. Beverly, you haven't done an interview yet, but guess what? When you post Tamisa's this week, and when you post Chris's, well, Chris hasn't done one yet either, but when you post Laurie's a rock star too. She's been training the board of realtors for 7-8 years up in Minnesota. She wants to make this a CEU class up in Minnesota. Latanya is the social media person for the Lions Club down in Fisher Cat, something down near Tampa, down in Florida. In other words, there's some rock stars on here. Andy, if you go to, guys, we're going to do a video about not showing up as Michael, Andy, Daryl, and Doreen. You got to have your last name on here. How do you expect anyone to know who you are, to send you business, to feel comfortable with you, to promote your video? Michael, really? Come on, guys. Start putting your last name on here. Show up and promote and position yourself, because when she shares, when Beverly, Daryl's in the Washington, Dallas, Fort Worth area. He's a broker owner. Guys, we got to show up as the powerhouses we are, so that people like Beverly want to share your videos while she's waiting to get hers done. And then you turn around and you say, wow, look at that. Beverly shared my video. Latanya shared my video. By God, when hers comes out, I'm going to share hers too. Because this is what I'll teach you guys to do when it comes to position, partner, promote in your marketplace. So you've all got a mortgage, you got a title, you got an insurance, you got a home stager, you got a home inspector, you got a plumber, an electrician, you got a reverse mortgage guy, you got all these people that are begging you to do business with them. They're begging you. And now you don't have to promise to give them a deal. You don't have to give them a staging deal. You're bringing value to them. You're showing them how their veterans group that they've been begging and selling cookies for and sitting on boards for 3 months just to get their event canceled. And you're going to tell them, wait a minute, we're all in real estate. Fuck doing a fundraiser. Give them a check, $200,000. We can do it together. See, when you bring those 10 businesses together, that mortgage and title and insurance, and you, I'll teach you how to, whether you do an interview with them, whether you do a Facebook Live with each of them, teach them all. Think about it. In your marketplace, that one mortgage person and that one title company, for example, if just the three of you said, you know what, let's join forces. Let's promote that we are going to give a check to the veterans this year, come hell or high water. They're getting 200 grand from us and it ain't coming out of our pocket. Matter of fact, we're going to make money doing it. So let's promote together. And here's what I promise you, mortgage company. When you share my video, I promise you, I'm going to share your video, and title company is going to share your video, because you're going to share our videos too. But look, we can't ask people to do something for us that we've never done for ourselves. We can't say, you need to do it. I won't do it. I'm not doing it. You need to do it. I'm not doing it. You do it. Look, there is nothing I'm ever going to ask you guys to do or suggest that you do or highly recommend that you do that I haven't personally done myself and done a shitload of. Danielle did not want to come on here tonight. She's scared shitless. And then I told her we're doing, oh my God, we're still on Facebook Live. We're rambling on Facebook Live going on 9:15. And she's scared to death. But guess what? Somebody did that to me. And here I am. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm done. I'm getting off the soapbox. You guys can see that I'm passionate about this. You can see that we have things that we can do. We can have fun with it. Beverly, don't wait. Don't wait till you go in there and listen, guys, when you share each other's video, you don't just post it. You gotta put some fucking words, man. Look at this. And then don't tag them where they get it, but put in the comment. I'm so honored to be a part of a group with Tamisa Lydon. Please watch this video and know that is my intention to bring this powerful cause marketing campaigns to our area too, because we are going to fund that church down the road that needs a roof. Send.
And here's the thing. Can I say something real fast?
Yes.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be polished. If you just send something to engage and start that conversation, eventually you're going to get better. So while you might not need me, I've got some great ideas and I can help you out, but really just take that action and start reaching out and you'll figure it out. And people, like I said, vulnerability, and my greatest moment was when I was a total blonde with a customer and I suddenly learned that that's okay and that they can love me anyways. And it kind of bonded us. So I just encourage you to do it. Just do it and just start, and you'll find out how powerful it is, even if it's not perfect.
Well, and on that note, you do need Danielle. You do need her vision. And if you don't, first of all, if you're a part of the group, if you're part of, because we're on the free group, look, for $997, you can come over here and get certified. You can be in all of these trainings for free forevermore. You can come to the certification class for the rest of your fucking life. You can go get on the Q&A with Bruce first, second, and third Wednesday of every month until he dies. And that might be in a couple of years, but that's all right. We got him for this time. Look, you know, she's providing it for free. I don't know how much easier it can be for you. Go use what she's got for free and then employ her to create something custom for you. One little story about my big faux pas in Facebook Live land that happened just 2 years ago, give you some encouragement to get out and put your big girl panties on in front of everybody. I'm doing Fabulous Fierce on Fire Fridays with Friends featuring you. And I'm doing my Facebook Live series. And I jump in my car and I go down an hour away. This group, they're doing an event. Now, mind you, we're doing cause marketing campaign events. We're doing these fundraisers. Don't have charitable real estate yet. Not then, not 2 years ago, but we're doing this event and it's for DARE, which are the police officers, you know, against drugs, right? So the owner of the restaurant's there, 3 or 4 huge, really nice looking police officers from DARE, or there's like 12 people that showed up because Cammie's coming to do Fabulous Fierce and On Fire, which normally is in the station, but we're coming out and doing a remote location today. So everybody shows up. So I got this gimlet thing, one of those things that makes the you know, that moves with you, that you put the camera on. And I tried to use it, but I couldn't figure the thing out. So I took my phone off and we continued. And I'm following them around the restaurant and we're showing where the venue's going to be, because it's going to be a male, not strip show, but like a formal wear thing, a fashion show. So we're showing them the whole place, going on and on and on for like 30 minutes. And I'm holding the phone, showing everybody. And I notice that the live button that's supposed to be upright in the left corner is actually upside down on the wrong spot. I've been holding the camera for 30 minutes upside down with these people that took off work to come be on my show as I'm showing around. Look, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oops. and when we got done, I said, that was upside down, by the way. And when we had it on this, you know, I made a little thing. I said, sorry, you know, but you know what? We got more views of it because people were curious. They're like, why is this upside down? This is so bizarre. You know, and they're making stupid. you upside down. No shit, really. I didn't notice that. But you know what? We got more views and they got more people and people recognize me. So, you know, look, it's not always going to be perfect. You just got to do it. And you guys need to reach out to Danielle. If you don't want a picture of a syringe on your screen, that's okay. You don't have to have it. Get her to create something else. All right, guys, we will be letting you know when our next Big Girl Undies. I love you.
Hey, Cammie, we got to pick a number to win.
Oh, okay. So how are
Right.
you doing that? I was going to ask
So
you.
you give me a number between 1 and 24.
11. Da, 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 da.
Jennifer K.
Jennifer K. Oh, well, congratulations, Jennifer K.
Congratulations.
Tell her what she won.
You won a $1,000 personalized social media package. So we got to touch base and you got to tell me what you need. So
Wow.
I
And
can reach out to you.
And I would take it a step further. Come on, Jennifer, tell us what you got to say, honey.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thanks for being here.
I would encourage
Thank you for doing it.
I would encourage you guys to follow, see what her stuff looks like, see if you like it, right? And share it. You can share it because it's social proof. You got to show your world, right? Short sale. Victoria's Secrets is having a sale on shorts. What the hell is this? Why is this woman asking me to Google short sales? Well, she want me to send her some shorts? I don't understand. Guys, they don't understand. They don't know. They don't know. You got to help them. Help them by helping each other. Kumbaya. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you.